Goodbye proteinuria. 4 vegetables seniors must eat and 4 you should never touch. If there's one golden rule in nutrition, it's this. Eat your greens. Dark, leafy vegetables are considered the very foundation of a healthy diet. But for anyone over 60 managing their kidney health, there's a dangerous flaw in that golden rule. A hidden trap. Take spinach. The very compounds that make it a powerhouse for most can turn it into a silent saboteur inside the delicate filters of your kidneys, potentially worsening proteinuria or foamy urine. That early warning sign that protein is leaking where it shouldn't be. It begs the question, how many other trusted vegetables are hiding a dangerous secret? We want to hear your theory in the comments below. We read every single one, and we believe that your insights help build a community where we all learn from each other's experiences. Now, here's our mission in this video. Together, we will unmask 4 vegetable villains that can harm your kidneys and even cause proteinuria. Then, we will arm you with 4 true kidney guardians. And be sure to watch to the end. Because the #1 enemy is a vegetable recommended in countless heart-healthy diets. And the #1 savior is a humble root that clinical studies are proving can literally shield your kidney cells from harm. Whether you're in the early stages with trace amounts of protein in your urine, or dealing with more significant proteinuria that signals advancing chronic kidney disease, or CKD for short, these strategies can help slow progression. However, those with severe kidney disease or on dialysis should follow more restrictive guidelines from their nephrology team. 4 vegetables that silently worsen proteinuria. 4. Swiss chard. How can one of the most celebrated leafy greens also be one of the most treacherous for your kidneys? The answer is Swiss chard. And it holds our #4 spot for 2 very powerful reasons. The first reason is a microscopic threat: oxalates. Swiss chard is saturated with them. Inside the delicate filters of your kidneys, these compounds can crystallize, forming microscopic shards that cause physical damage and spark inflammation. For someone already dealing with proteinuria, these microscopic oxalate crystals can cause direct tubular damage, accelerating the disease progression. Let's put numbers to these reasons. Just half a cup of cooked Swiss chard delivers 293 to 594 milligrams of oxalate. That's 6 to 12 times higher than the daily target of 50 milligrams that many kidney specialists recommend. But that threat is then amplified by the second reason: an overwhelming flood of potassium. How much is hiding in Swiss chard? A staggering 961 milligrams in a single cup. For someone with proteinuria, that's nearly half their daily potassium budget of 1,500 to 2,000 milligrams a day for those with CKD, consumed in 1 serving. That's also more potassium than 2 large bananas combined. So, can this treacherous vegetable ever be truly tamed? The answer is yes, but it requires a level of caution reserved for experts. The only proven way is a strict ritual of boiling, discarding the water, and keeping the portion size incredibly small. It sounds complicated for daily cooking, doesn't it? But for someone with early-stage kidney disease or proteinuria, the 10 minutes of extra preparation could save you years of more restrictive eating later. Now, Swiss chard isn't alone in this high oxalate, high potassium category. Many leafy greens and vegetables fall into similar risk profiles, but this doesn't mean you should abandon vegetables entirely. Research published in kidney disease journals shows that CKD patients who increase their fruit and vegetable intake experience delayed kidney disease progression. So, the key is choosing your veggies wisely. This careful selection becomes even more critical when you understand the stark reality facing kidney patients. In the United States, the average waiting time for a kidney transplant is about 4 years, and tragically, every year, about 5% of potential recipients die while waiting. Even those fortunate enough to receive transplants face the ongoing threat of graft failure, returning them to dialysis. This transplant shortage creates a desperate global market. And unfortunately, where desperation meets opportunity, serious human rights violations can occur. We believe it's important to address one such violation that has been taking place for over 2 decades: forced organ harvesting in China. While patients in the US wait years for matching organs, Chinese hospitals claim they can find matches within weeks, days, or even hours. This impossibly fast turnaround suggests a large pool of living donors ready for use at any moment.
One hospital in southwest China claimed to have donors seeking matched recipients, and also promised, in case of failure, we will continue to perform transplants until one is successful. In 2006, a chief surgeon of the Organ Transplant Center at a traditional Chinese medicine hospital published a study of 50 patients at his hospital who had each received kidney transplants 2, 3, or 4 times.
The majority of these organ donors are prisoners of conscience, particularly practitioners of Falun Gong, a spiritual practice with a mind-body approach. In 1999, with Falun Gong practitioners exceeding party members in number, the CCP found Falun Gong's emphasis on truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance, and the belief in the divine, a threat to its atheist regime, which maintained power through control and suppressing faith. A nationwide crackdown was launched, with state-controlled media defaming Falun Gong, undermining public support for the practice, and police forces arresting and detaining practitioners illegally. Reports reveal cruel forms of torture in prisons, even sexual abuse, all to force people to give up their faith. One of the most serious accusations, backed by multiple investigations, is that Falun Gong practitioners have been killed for their healthy organs, fueling a massive transplant industry worth around $1 billion per year. This billion-dollar industry represents one of medicine's darkest chapters. We believe it is vital to speak up for those who cannot voice their experiences, and by exposing this issue to a wider audience, this crime will come to an end sooner rather than later. Until that day comes, let's focus on the kidney protection you can control today, starting with our next vegetable villain. 3. Beetroot. Our number 3 villain is a vegetable many consider a titan of health: the beetroot. And make no mistake, the concerns are valid. A single cup of cooked beetroot contains a risky combination of 518 milligrams of potassium and approximately 150 milligrams of oxalates. So why are cardiovascular scientists around the world becoming increasingly obsessed with it? The answer lies in a hidden power source. Beetroot is one of nature's richest sources of dietary nitrates, 250 to 300 milligrams per cup. For comparison, most vegetables contain less than 50 milligrams of nitrates per serving. When you consume beetroot, your body converts those nitrates into a profoundly important molecule: nitric oxide. Think of nitric oxide as your body's own master regulator for blood vessels. It tells them to relax and widen, which directly lowers blood pressure. For your kidneys, this isn't just a minor benefit. Lowering that internal pressure protects their delicate filtering units from constant, damaging force. Multiple meta-analyses have consistently shown beetroot's blood pressure benefits. A 2017 meta-analysis of clinical trials on patients with high blood pressure, published in the Journal of Advances in Nutrition, found that beetroot supplementation lowers systolic blood pressure by 3.55 points. It's a therapeutic-level result. So we have a paradox: a potent medicine inside a hazardous package. The key to unlocking its benefits lies in a non-negotiable 2-step safety protocol. First, boiling it thoroughly for at least 15 minutes and discarding that oxalate-laden water can reduce, but never eliminate, the threat. Second, beetroot juice should remain an absolute no-go zone. A single glass concentrates both the potassium overload and oxalate toxicity. Even with perfect preparation, beetroot should be treated as a high-risk therapeutic food, beneficial only when consumed sparingly and with caution. And hey, if this feels helpful so far, Let us know you're out there by tapping that like button. It tells us to keep making content just like this. 2. Potato. As winter settles in and comfort food cravings intensify, there's one beloved staple that appears on nearly every dinner table: the humble potato. Mashed, roasted, or baked, potatoes seem like the perfect warming companion for cold nights. But for someone managing proteinuria, let's examine the numbers that reveal the potato's hidden threat. A single medium-baked potato delivers 926 milligrams of potassium, nearly half the daily safe limit for CKD patients, consumed in one serving. To put this in perspective, that's more potassium than 2 large bananas combined, concentrated into what most people consider a side dish. But the winter danger extends beyond simple potassium overload. That comforting bowl of loaded mashed potatoes? It's likely mixed with high-sodium butter, cream laden with phosphorus, and cheese packed with both minerals your struggling kidneys can't handle. French fries and roasted potatoes, crispy and golden from holiday ovens, concentrate these risks while adding inflammatory oils that further burden your system. Here's what makes potatoes particularly treacherous for proteinuria. Unlike our villainous vegetables, that can be partially detoxified through careful preparation. Potatoes resist most traditional mineral reduction techniques. While soaking and boiling can reduce some potassium content, you're still left with a high-risk dose. The winter months already challenge kidney health through reduced hydration, increased sodium intake from comfort foods, and decreased physical activity. Adding high-potassium potatoes to this mix creates a cumulative burden that can accelerate proteinuria progression during the very season when your body needs the most support. 1. Tomato. And finally, we arrive at our last culprit, and the most common of all, the tomato. The surface-level truth is well known. Its potassium content poses a clear challenge. In its fresh form, it's manageable, about 292 milligrams of potassium in one medium tomato. But in concentrated sauces and pastes, that same amount of tomato nutrition becomes a potassium bomb. A single cup can deliver a payload of over 900 milligrams of potassium, nearly half the daily limit for many people with kidney disease. Additionally, many tomato sauces and pastes are loaded with additive phosphorus, the type your body absorbs nearly 100%, unlike natural phosphorus. But hidden within the tomato lies one significant guardian of cellular health: lycopene. As one of nature's most effective antioxidants, its mission is to neutralize the systemic oxidative stress that is a foundational cause of kidney damage. A 2022 landmark study focusing specifically on over 7,000 CKD patients found that those with the highest blood lycopene levels had 22% lower risk of death compared to those with the lowest levels. This raises a crucial question. Is it wise to completely avoid a food with such profound, life-extending properties? This brings us to a conclusion based not on fear, but on strategy. The solution is clear. Absolutely steer clear of concentrated sauces and pastes that overload your system. However, embracing a few fresh slices of tomato is a calculated decision. It allows you to safely access the remarkable protective benefits of lycopene. Instead of tomato sauce, try roasted red bell pepper puree blended with herbs. Our hero number 3 vegetables that's not only kidney safe, but also provide lycopene. For additional lycopene without risks, small portions of watermelon can be enjoyed occasionally. Hearing all of this can be unsettling. It can feel like the path to kidney health is lined with hidden traps. But our philosophy is simple. We don't give you lists of what to fear, we give you the knowledge of how to win. And with that knowledge, we now turn from the villains to the heroes. Let's go discover the 4 foods that truly protect your kidneys. Remember that proteinuria and kidney health are serious medical conditions that require professional guidance. The strategies we share today, even based on scientific research, are educational and should complement, not replace, your doctor's advice. Seniors, always consult your healthcare provider before making significant dietary changes, especially if you're managing CKD or taking medications. 4 vegetables that fight proteinuria progression. 4. Green beans. A full half-cup serving of green beans carries a mere 90 milligrams of potassium and just 18 milligrams of phosphorus, giving your kidneys a much-needed break. And the oxalate content? A quite low 5 to 10 milligrams per half cup. But this hero does more than simply stand aside. It actively protects. Its rich polyphenols help calm the underlying inflammation of kidney stress, while its fiber, about 2 grams per serving, nourishes your gut microbiome. And a healthy gut is a powerful ally. It acts as a second line of defense, helping to prevent harmful toxins from ever reaching your kidneys. And this protective effect is visible in large-scale human data. A major 2023 study of more than 20,000 rural adults published in Frontiers in Nutrition found a clear inverse link between bean consumption and CKD. The bottom line, those who ate the most beans had a 14 to 16% lower risk of developing CKD. Plus, each extra 50 grams per day serving of beans reduced the prevalence by 5% for proteinuria and 4% for CKD. Bringing this quiet hero into your diet is straightforward. Steaming or light boiling are ideal, preserving its integrity without added fats or salt. And for convenience, if you reach for the canned version, follow one crucial rule. Choose no salt added, then drain and rinse them well. This effortless step washes away a surprising amount of sodium, ensuring your safe choice stays that way. Curious about the science behind it all? We've linked the studies that support everything we've shared. You'll find them down in the description box. 3. Bell pepper. Moving up our list, we find a hero that adds vibrant color to your plate and a serious dose of therapeutic value, the bell pepper. Its first credential is its impeccable safety record, with a potassium level that's comfortably low. 1 cup of raw bell peppers contains just 190 milligrams of potassium. The oxalate content? Less than 5 milligrams per cup. But its true significance lies in being one of the planet's richest sources of vitamin C. Bell peppers can pack 190 milligrams of vitamin C per cup. That's more than 3 oranges combined and 200% of your daily needs. And for your body's delicate filters, bell peppers launch a brilliant 2-pronged defense. The first is an indirect attack on pressure. Their massive dose of vitamin C helps your body produce more nitric oxide, the molecule that tells your blood vessels to relax. This lowers overall blood pressure, reducing the relentless force battering your kidneys' delicate filters and causing foamy urine. A 2012 meta-analysis concluded that a daily dose of vitamin C supplementation can lower systolic blood pressure by a significant 4.8 points. The second defense is a direct reinforcement. Bell peppers are also packed with flavonoids, which act like a repair crew, working directly on the blood vessels within the kidneys to strengthen their structure and fight inflammation. So, how do you best unlock this protective power? It's refreshingly simple. Since vitamin C degrades with heat, the most effective way to get the full benefit is to enjoy bell peppers raw. And for maximum impact, here's a simple rule. Go for red. While all colors are beneficial, the red variety consistently packs the highest concentration of this protective vitamin. 2. Pumpkin. Just in time for Halloween, we have a seasonal hero that proves healthy eating can be both festive and kidney-friendly. Pumpkin. This orange superstar earns its place with an impressive safety profile that makes it perfect for those managing proteinuria. Let's examine pumpkin's protective credentials. Half a cup of cooked pumpkin contains just 5 milligrams of oxalates. That's 100 times less than Swiss chard. The potassium content sits at a considerable yet manageable 407 milligrams per half cup for fresh pumpkin, or an even more kidney-friendly 252 milligrams if you choose canned varieties. But pumpkin's true Halloween magic lies in its beta-carotene content, the compound that gives it that vibrant orange glow. This powerful antioxidant converts to vitamin A in your body, providing cellular protection that specifically benefits kidney tissue. Just half a cup of pumpkin delivers over 100% of your daily vitamin A needs, creating a protective shield against the oxidative stress that can worsen proteinuria. The beauty of this seasonal hero is its versatility. Roasted pumpkin can replace higher potassium sweet potatoes in your holiday meals, while sugar-free pumpkin smoothies offer all the fall flavors without the kidney concerns. 1. Cauliflower. Our number one hero, cauliflower, is another safe harbor in the kidney protective diet, thanks to its incredibly low potassium levels. 1 cup of cooked cauliflower contains only 176 milligrams of potassium, nearly 6 times less than Swiss chard. The oxalate load? Just 1 to 2 milligrams per cup. But its greatest contribution isn't passive, it's an activator. Cauliflower contains a remarkable compound, sulforaphane, which has the unique ability to flip a master switch for your body's own defense system, a pathway known as NRF2. So what is this master switch? Think of NRF2 as the dormant commander of your body's internal repair crews. When sulforaphane from cauliflower arrives, it awakens this commander. NRF2 then issues orders to hundreds of protective genes, launching a coordinated response. It commands your cells to produce more of their own powerful antioxidants, creating a shield against oxidative stress. At the same time, it signals a stand-down of inflammatory pathways, calming the fires of chronic inflammation. And awakening this internal commander has stunning potential. In a 2024 clinical study, when CKD patients received 400 micrograms of sulforaphane daily for 1 month, they showed significant activation of the NRF2 pathway and improved phosphate, glucose, and triglyceride levels. Meanwhile, the placebo group experienced a worsening cholesterol profile. While large-scale trials on cauliflower are ongoing, we can see the power of this pathway from clinical studies on other NRF2 activators. Because they target the same master switch, these studies give us a glimpse of what's possible. In one 2012 clinical trial on patients with CKD, a compound that activates NRF2 resulted in a significant improvement in kidney function. In patients with stage 3 to 4 chronic kidney disease, it can increase estimated kidney filtration by up to 30%. So, how do we bring this science into the kitchen? Here's a brilliant and delicious strategy. Instead of potassium-heavy mashed potatoes, try creamy mashed cauliflower. When steamed until tender and blended with a bit of garlic-infused olive oil, it becomes a fantastic substitute. This single culinary swap is a perfect example of our philosophy in action. You add a hero that awakens your body's protective systems while simultaneously removing a known villain from your plate. Conclusion. So, we've unmasked the villains and armed ourselves with the heroes. But the most important takeaway isn't a new list of foods, it's a new perspective. It's the understanding that your plate is not a source of fear, but the most powerful tool you have. That you are not just a patient, but the architect of your own well-being. Whether you're dealing with trace proteinuria or more advanced kidney concerns, remember that small dietary victories compound over time. Managing proteinuria is never about perfect individual food choices. It's about creating an overall eating pattern that reduces the inflammatory burden on your kidney filters while providing adequate nutrition. One hero food won't save your kidneys just like one villain won't destroy them. It's the cumulative effect of your daily choices, combined with proper hydration, medication compliance, and blood pressure control, that determines your kidney health trajectory. Your nephrologist can help determine which approaches are safest for your individual situation. And with that in mind, we'd love to hear from you. Which discovery in this video, a surprising villain or an unexpected hero, was your biggest aha moment? Share it with our community in the comments below. We're reading every single one. We want to thank you for being here, for listening, for having the courage to embark on this journey of discovering what truly benefits your health, a journey that isn't easy but is worth more than anything else. Hit the bell icon and turn on all notifications so you never miss a life-saving video. All the kidney-friendly foods in this video won't save you if you're unknowingly practicing the daily habits that destroy kidneys. These aren't obvious habits. They're seemingly innocent routines that silently accelerate kidney damage. Check out the video on the screen to discover the 18 daily habits that could be sabotaging everything you've learned today and how to stop them before it's too late. See you there. Stay informed, stay healthy,